Class size has been an ongoing issue. There has been a lot of research in the past that looks at the effects of reducing the amount of students in the classroom. There are multiple sides to this issue. Some believe that smaller classes are a must because of the benefits. Others believe that reducing class size is much too costly and that there are other aspects that the schools should be focusing on. There have been multiple studies done in the past in order to try and get schools to reduce the amount of students in each class. One study was Project STAR, which stands for Project Student Teacher Achievement Ratio. This project used about 6,400 students and randomly placed each student into one of three different types of classes: a small class of 13 to 17 students, a regular class of 22 to 25 students, and a regular class with a teacher aide. Another important study was conducted at Texas schools. The results were based off of the data that was collected from about 800 school districts, involving more than 2.4 million students. There has also been a use of state laws in order to reduce class size. According to Chingos, legislative mandates on maximum class size has been very popular at the state level. In recent decades, at least 24 states have mandated or incentivized class size limits in their public schools. There are many teachers and public schools that are pushing for a reduction in class size because of the benefits that are seen when reducing the class size. Some of the benefits of smaller classes include more individualized time with each student from the teacher, less behavior problems, and teachers are able to have better relationships with their students and are able to better meet their students' individual needs. One of the most researched benefits of smaller class size is improved academic achievement. Though many agree that smaller class size is ideal because of the benefits, many feel that the impact of those benefits are not big enough to spend the large amount of budget it takes to reduce class size. In fact, many believe that there are cheaper ways these benefits can be reached. Grau stated, "One suggested alternative was to focus on teacher quality. For those who advocate investments in quality, it makes more sense to invest in the skills a teacher brings to the classroom than to reduce the number of students in the room." When discussing the issue of class size, there are two main parties, the teachers and the school district. Teachers believe that reducing class size is important to implement primarily because of the more individualized instructional time it gives them with their students. The districts believe that reducing class size should be a high priority. However, they feel that if they were to fund the reduction of class size, they would not have enough money left in the budget to fund anything else the schools need. The current state of the issue is that there is not enough budget in the school systems in order to implement reduction of class size. Education Week stated that, following the start of an economic downturn in 2008, 19 states relaxed or eliminated their class size laws or policies, usually as a cost-saving measure.
While class size reduction is a controversial issue, there are some current positive effects on students and their education. As a result of class size reduction, students have done better in many subjects, and this improvement shows in the students as they progress in elementary school. According to Janzuka, students in small classes did better than their counterparts in larger classes on subject area tests in reading, math, science, social studies, and spelling. Class size is also beneficial to the students and their education because more students in the classroom makes for less individualized time from the teacher, and this results in more class interruptions and behavior problems among students. Januska also says, in addition to students' academic improvement, teachers were able to give more individualized attention to students, which helped to decrease the amount of behavior problems. Even though class size is a broad issue, it has advantages and disadvantages. One main advantage of class size reduction is student academic achievement. In 2012, FAN stated that for 1st through 7th grades, using student-teacher ratio as a measure of class size, Ferguson found that district student achievement fell as the student-teacher ratio increased for every student above an 18:1 ratio. Data from 4th graders in more than 200 districts found that smaller class size positively affected mathematics scores for 4th graders and improved the social environment for 8th graders, which in turn produced higher achievement. One of the main disadvantages for class size reduction is that it is very costly, and some administrations feel that that type of money, class size reduction being over $10 million, should be spent on something else. Different studies show that reducing classes by 1 or 2 students only have modest impacts on achievement, and that's only for grades K through 3. Therefore, it is said that large portions of schools' budget being spent on this issue is not a reasonable decision. There is a lot of research that both support and refute the decision of reducing class sizes. However, there are more people who are for it rather than against it. Statewide, Florida was the first documented state to pass a constitutional amendment in 2002 that reduced class size to 18 in grades K through 3, 22 in grades 4 through 8, and 25 in high school. Today, about half the states have class reduction programs for public schools. Personally, I feel that reducing class size is a great decision that all schools should implement. When we have so many schools that are not meeting the score requirements for standardized testing as it is, something needs to change. If we as educators and students know that reducing the size of a class improves the academics of students, then why not take the necessary action? I understand that this intervention may be a bit on the expensive side, but I feel that the success of students is way more important.
My opinion is that reducing class size is something that all schools should think about. I understand that reducing class size is very expensive, but I believe that the benefits of reducing class size outweigh the financial burden. I feel as a future educator that I would rather have a smaller class so I can give my students more individualized attention so the students can be more successful. I believe that reducing class size is an important issue that schools need to take a closer look at.